What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Right now we are about to hop in my Mustang and finally we'll get those lowering springs put on, but first let me hit you guys with that cold start. It'd be nice if I actually remembered to bring the lowering springs. Yeah, lowering springs are finally going on today. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Hopefully it doesn't take all day. I want to get my car back as early as I can to show you guys so I can upload this today. But they're gonna also look at the AC problem I mentioned a few videos ago. So yeah, hopefully this all gets done today and I can show you guys once it's done today. Alright, so we are at the place I'm installing my springs and this is what it looks like before. Here's the before shots of what it looks like. As you can see, plenty of wheel gap in the rear. Plenty of wheel gap in the front. Side shot of how low it is, and then we'll go to the other side. Same thing on the other side, lots of wheel gap. Doesn't handle very well. So yeah, I'm about to get the springs installed, and then I'll get back to you once the springs are on.
Instead of crying, I was just...
Alright guys, so I just got home with the car, and let me show you guys the springs. They're on and look fantastic. Look at that. Front wheel, virtually no wheel gap. Rear wheel's looking good. You can see it's definitely dropped. There it is, the other side, the passenger side. Looks amazing, you guys. I am so happy I put the springs on. I was a little worried I wouldn't like the look of it, but I got nothing to worry about. This looks fantastic. I'm in love with the springs. So these lowering springs I put on my car were from American Muscle. They are SR Performance lowering springs. I kind of went the cheap route because I was looking at the iBox Sport lines, I believe, but I wasn't too sure if I wanted to do those because I'm not too sure how much longer I'm gonna have this car, to be honest. Like, possibly next spring, I may be looking at getting like an S550-50. So I didn't want to put a bunch of money into the springs on this car, do coils, because I thought about coils too. So I kind of went the cheap route and went with the SR Performance lowering springs. And just from the drive home, you guys, the quality feels amazing. Honestly, the ride quality, I was expecting some shitty ride quality, like really bumpy, really rocky. But honestly, I went over a bunch of bumps, some railroad tracks. It feels fine. It feels really good. Almost better than stock, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, these are SR Performance lowering springs, lowered 1.5 inches all around, front and rear. And I gotta say, as far as right now, I haven't driven too much. I'm very impressed with it. I really like the springs. Just for fun, I test fitted the chin spoiler I have for my car that I'm waiting to put on until I paint my bumpers. And you guys, lowered with the chin spoiler looks fantastic. I am in love with this look. This looks great. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks awesome. I'm so glad I went with 1.5 inches. Get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Smoking haze through the back door. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door. To be honest, I was worried 1.5 inches wouldn't be enough drop and I'd want more in the rear. But now seeing it in person, and I talked to a few guys at Mustang meets with the same car as me, they said 1.5 inches if you daily your car is as low as you want to go. So that's why I went with the 1.5 inches, and I am more than happy I did. I don't want it dropped any lower than this. I don't want it like slammed or tucking or anything. All right, so we're in the lower GT right now, going for its first real ride on camera, because I just drove it home and actually I forgot the memory card. So this is the first ride on camera, and you guys, this lowering springs in combination with the strut tower brace has made a hell of a difference on handling. There is definitely way less body roll and chassis flex. Just going through these turns in my neighborhood, I could already feel that there's way less body roll and chassis flex. And it's actually crazy how much of a difference it's made. So I know I talked about doing the shocked struts, but I didn't end up doing that. I actually kept the stock shock and struts. So I'm running SR Performance lowering springs, Boss 302 strut tower brace, and everything else is stock. And it is an incredible difference over the stock springs and everything and stock ride height, that I would definitely recommend if anyone's considering getting lowering springs, do it. It makes a huge difference. I didn't realize how much of a difference in handling it would make. Oh, here's my first speed bump. We didn't scrape. Let's go. So I got a little bit more done to my car today than just springs, and it was a little bit more than I intended doing because I didn't think this was gonna have to be done. So way back when, a year ago, when I bought my wheels for my car, I took it to NTB to get aligned because I needed alignment with my new wheels, because when I took my old wheels off and saw the old tires, it was just like hella camber, like just tires were trashed, okay? Tires are basically trashed. And took it to NTB to get aligned and drove it, literally, keep this in mind, I drove it from last July to literally this July. And when I took it to the shop I go to now for all my work, he's like, you're gonna need new tie rods because the last place that did your alignment didn't tighten down the nut that keeps the tie rod in place. So, and I realized there was something wrong when I went to Supercar Saturday because I noticed a hella squeaking coming from the front end. Because I raced a Range Rover, obviously did the speed limit, and I felt the front end, I heard squeaking up there, and I was like, it better not be anything with the motor or belt or anything. Definitely more than I expected to spend today. I didn't think I'd have to do any of that bullshit, but since NTB decided to fuck me over and not align my car right, and not tighten down the parts they're supposed to tighten down, it cost me a little bit extra money. So, I mean, obviously, I'm glad that I figured out, I'm glad that the issue is resolved, and I'm glad that we found that issue before it became a bigger issue than it was, like, say, the tie rod snapping off or anything like that. I'm super glad we found that, because, guys, I literally drove this car to Iowa like that. A 4.5-hour drive, both ways. So, any given moment, that tie rod could have snapped or given out, and I'm so glad we figured that out now so we don't have any issues like that. It just sucks that NTB's dick and, like, just can't figure out how to work on cars right. So obviously I will never be going back to NTB again. Fuck you, NTB, if you're watching this. Of course, the whole tie rod thing became a thing, and that definitely cost me a little bit more money. Am I happy about it? No. Am I mad about it? A little bit, but I can't be because I'm glad it's figured out and everything is safe, and I don't have anything to worry about now. Like, I know the front end's solid on this car. Shocks and struts checked out, so I didn't need to replace those like I was originally going to. And as I'm driving along, it feels fine. It almost honestly feels like stock ride height, but it's not a 4x4 anymore. It feels great. Yeah, I don't notice a difference. Like a lot of people said, you'll notice how shitty your shocks and struts are once you lower your car. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I haven't noticed it. Like, now that we got the freaking Power Stroke lift kit off this thing, and this is looking more like a muscle car, it's handling great, it feels great. I don't think I even need to replace the shocks and struts yet. And I'm being honest with you guys. Like, I'd honestly tell you guys right now if it was shit and I was like, yeah, I need to replace this right now. But I don't need to replace this. Like, this is great. Another thing I noticed, when you get on the gas, the front end doesn't jump up and the back end doesn't like squat anymore. Like, it's definitely way more level and way more stable. This is really impressive, honestly. I didn't think that doing suspension work like this was gonna make that much of a difference, but it really has improved my car handling drastically. Springs have definitely made my car way more fun to drive. I enjoy driving this car before the springs, but now that the springs are on, I really enjoy driving my car. And that is gonna be a wrap on today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, smash that like button. Comment down below what you think of the springs and what mods I should do next to my car. And if you are new here, remember to hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.